there were two reactions. Reaction one was, this would never work on me. I'm so mature. This would only work on unhealed women where they would get jealous because another guy was talking to their man. And then at the same time, there was another group of people, actually probably the same group of people like, this is toxic. Why would you need to do this in order to get attraction from women? Hold on, bitch. It either doesn't work or it does. This one's really important. I wish we could get the comments on the bottom of this, but I want you guys to watch this.
I use this on my Sunday show, by the way.
It's called a third date run-in. So I'll get randomly contacted. This happened about a week ago, where a guy will tell me, hey, I met this great girl on a dating app. I can tell she still has some walls up. I need you to do a run-in. So a run-in it's a very popular service, and believe it or not, people still can't tell when I'm doing it for real. So I'll give you the example of this client like a week ago. He was at a restaurant in Upper East Side, and I run into him, and I'm like, Robert? Oh my God, it's been, how long has it been since we've seen each other? You look amazing. You grew a beard and everything since I've seen.
No way.
Have you been like working out? And then I turn to the girl and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm being so rude. I just haven't seen him in so long, and he is the greatest. And I say hi to her, and I'm really nice. And then I always leave with saying like, hey, we have got to catch up. So just call me this week, and you guys have fun tonight.
Wait, I
I leave.
Stunned by
I've done it at the gym. I do it everywhere you could possibly think.
Real quick, my first question before I get your reaction is, do you think what she said would actually work? Raise your hand if you think it would work. Anybody here would not think it worked? It would not work? You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No.
Interesting. Okay. And then the other thing I'm going to ask you is, what do you think the reactions in the comments were? Anybody? There were two reactions there.
Crazy woman.
Crazy woman. What else? What do you think?
Wedding ringer. That's
Okay.
what it reminds me
So
of.
I wish we could read the reactions, because I thought that was the most telling part. There were two reactions. Reaction one was, this would never work on me. I'm so mature. This would only work on unhealed women where they would get jealous because another guy was talking to their man. And then at the same time, there was another group of people, actually probably the same group of people like, this is toxic. Why would you need to do this in order to get attraction from women? Hold on, bitch. It either doesn't work or it does. It can't be both. It can't be if it's toxic, that means what you're saying, toxic is not great, but it means it works. Or it doesn't work. It's one or the other. Now, for the two of you who don't believe it works, I got bad news for you. It absolutely does work.
But who's working for the male or the female? I'm saying like it's not working for the female, not for the male.
Right. But like for men, I know. I just listen. Not that I've ever had anyone do this for me before, like 50, 60 fucking times.
Maybe for the man, but not for the female. That's crazy behavior.
In a previous life, Kindly has probably hooked me up with so many girls doing exactly what she said. So whether or not it works is not debatable.
Definitely.
Now it's funny. It was Lucario. And he was the first guy to comment on there, and he said, "This shows that you care too much about what women think. You shouldn't be doing this." And the thing is,
crazy.
The thing is, he's not wrong in that. What he's saying is, you shouldn't be paying someone to do this. And I agree. I kind of agree.
You should make a female friend who actually will
that,
do this.
that is my recourse as well. That's my response as well.
Then it's like general, like, oh, how are you? I actually am asking, and then we actually do have like a relationship where we're friends, and so it seems very natural.
Yes.
Because I would never tell a female
you leave
friend
and they're
to
like,
wing me. I
how
would
do you
never
know her?
tell a friend.
Nobody
got time for that.
Ever.
Like,
Never
well,
have told you to ever do that.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The problem is, Blue, I can't think of a single time it didn't work. It works every time. And the reason why is because it's not a conscious reaction. It's one of these things where if I come up to you and I'm a stranger, you have all these like beliefs, because I'm sure you get hit on by guys all the time. And in your mind, you're like, another creepy dude, another creepy dude, another creepy dude. Like, leave me alone. Too many creepy dudes, another creepy dude. And then some guy walks up and with her and another couple of girls will be like, hey, we're doing an animal rescue tomorrow. Would you like to come? That's a very different approach than what you might be used to at the gym, where some guy is like sitting there staring at your butt. Do you understand?
Right. Yeah,
okay.
no, I can see that.
So that's my point. Is like that kind of what we call pre-selection. It's devastatingly effective for really, really fucking average guys.
In this instance, I would call it soft dread, is what it is.
Sure.
It creates competition anxiety, but it's so there's two kinds. Well, in my book, anyways, there's two kinds of dread. There's overt dread, which is an ultimatum, which is do what I want you, or I'm going to go down. There's a lot of girls that really want me. I'm going to go down to the bar here and pick up anyone. If you're not, like, you don't do what I tell you. I'm like you're trying to like create your own value, right? That comes off as fake and comes off as try hard, and it comes up. But then there's passive dread, which is exactly what you guys have been doing. Maybe you don't know what you're doing, but that's essentially, you call it pre-selection. It's having a third party reconfirm your value with unsolicited.
By the way,
right? Yeah.
By the way, this effect is not quite as strong, but you can actually do it with men too. I've had situations where I've been on a date and a bunch of guys who are fans will come
Justin
up and start,
Waller and Sterling Cooper do exactly.
They'll just come up and start talking.
Sorry to
like,
sell you guys out.
Yeah, they'll start saying, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I can just tell discernibly the girl's like, "Yo, who the fuck is this guy that they want to take a picture with?" It's super weird what happens. And the best part is the guy walks up to me, hands the girl the camera, and say, "Can you take a picture of us together?" And she's like, "Yo, what?" Listen to every other creepy dude asking you to see Bob's and Vagine. Every other creepy dude. How less creepy is this? He's got something going on. So that's the thing. I don't want to debate whether or not what she's saying is ethical. You may say it is, maybe it isn't because they're paying her. I don't want to debate whether or not you think it's effective. It's 100% effective. If you don't believe it is, thank God, because I'm going to have a business I'm going to make $50 million if you think that what she's saying isn't true, because that means you're going to teach people the wrong thing, and I'm just going to keep having clients forever.
Are there guys who don't think this is true?
Absolutely. There's tons of guys. And you know who they are? They're good-looking guys. Yeah. Super good-looking guys don't believe in that. They don't, because they don't have to do that.
Because they believe they've earned their value.
Correct.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly. So they actually don't. They aren't even aware that they have an advantage for being good-looking.